Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wealthy Life, a channel for your personal growth, awakening, and financial wisdom. Why do we always feel like we're not doing enough? Even when we're exhausted, we say we're chasing dreams, fulfilling potential, maximizing every minute. But somewhere along the way, many of us stop chasing dreams and start running from ourselves. There's a difference between healthy ambition and self-inflicted pressure. One builds you, the other buries you. And too many of us don't notice the difference until we break. Why do we push ourselves past our limits? Let's get real. Society doesn't reward balance. It glorifies exhaustion. We hear quotes like, "You can sleep when you're dead. Winners never quit. If you're not grinding, you're falling behind." But who decided burnout was a badge of honor? From childhood, we're programmed to equate value with output. Good grades equals good kid. Big promotion equals successful adult. Social media intensifies this illusion. Everyone seems ahead of you, thriving while you struggle. We internalize a toxic message. If I rest, I'll lose. So we push and push until the pushing becomes punishment. The Yerkes-Dodson law. Why too much pressure backfires. In psychology, there's a well-known curve called the Yerkes-Dodson law. It shows that a moderate amount of stress can boost performance. But too little leads to boredom, and too much? Anxiety, poor decisions, and collapse. This means that pressure isn't always bad, but it has a tipping point. Think of a violin string. Too loose, and it won't play. Too tight, and it snaps. Your mind and body are no different. In 2021, Naomi Osaka, a world-class tennis champion, shocked the sports world. She withdrew from major tournaments, not because of injury, but mental strain. She said, "It's okay not to be okay." The backlash was fierce. Some called her weak, but Osaka showed us something profound. True strength isn't always in pushing through. It's in knowing when to step back. She didn't quit the game. She reclaimed her peace. In Asian culture, bamboo is often seen as a symbol of strength, but not because it's hard. In fact, it bends with the wind. It survives storms that rigid trees cannot. What most people don't know is bamboo spends its first 5 years growing roots underground before a single shoot breaks the surface. If you judge it in those early years, you'd think it's doing nothing. But all that invisible work prepares it to shoot up 80 feet in weeks. You, too, are allowed seasons of slowness. They may be the most foundational times of your life. The hidden harm of self-abandonment. When we constantly override our need for rest, reflection, or emotional space, we slowly abandon ourselves. We become efficient but emotionally flat. We hit targets but feel numb inside. We achieve more but enjoy less. What's the point of success if we're strangers to ourselves when we arrive? When slowing down becomes a strategy, the problem is not ambition. It's unconscious ambition. It's running just to prove you can. It's building a life so full you forget how to breathe. Slowing down doesn't mean stopping. It means choosing your pace. It means asking, is this pressure coming from love or fear? Are you hustling because you believe in your dream, or because you're terrified of feeling not enough if you stop? How to embrace yourself without stagnation. You might ask, if I stop pressuring myself, won't I become lazy? Not if your drive comes from inspiration, not insecurity. Here are practical ways to create sustainable inner pressure that builds, not breaks. 1. Start with self-compassion, not self-criticism. Instead of saying, "I'm not trying hard enough," ask, "What do I need to support myself today?" Shame drains energy. Compassion fuels it. 2. Redefine growth as depth, not just speed. Growth isn't always forward motion. It can also be healing past wounds, learning emotional maturity, strengthening boundaries, relearning joy. Some of the most important steps look like stillness. 3. Build a recovery ritual. Top performers, from athletes to CEOs, treat recovery as non-negotiable. You don't build muscle during workouts. You build it during rest. Make space for tech-free hours, nature walks, creative hobbies, journaling or meditation. 4. Use gentle accountability. Set goals, but without shame. Ask yourself, What's the kindest way I can challenge myself today? You'll be surprised how consistent and resilient you become when driven by care, not punishment. 5. Surround yourself with safe people. Be around those who see you, not just your achievements. Real friends will cheer you for resting just as much as grinding. In Pixar Soul, the main character believes his life only has meaning if he becomes a famous jazz musician. He finally gets a gig and finds emptiness. It's only when he begins to notice life's quiet joys, leaves, sky, laughter, that he realizes living fully isn't about performance. It's about presence. You are not a machine. You are a garden. Give yourself time, care, and space to grow. Let that sink in. Pressure is a tool, not a way of life. A bow can only shoot an arrow when pulled back. But if it's always tight, it eventually snaps. You're allowed to pause. You're allowed to be soft. You are allowed to be human. Pressure doesn't define your worth. You don't have to break yourself to build your dreams. So next time you feel that rising panic, the urge to keep grinding even when your body says no, remember this: growth that comes at the cost of your peace isn't growth. It's survival in disguise. And you were born to do more than survive. You were born to live. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, like and share the video. May you soon discover your true direction in life.